The K-Voyage for this year and the next is underway. Earlier this year, Korea's Ministry of Culture appointed 2,641 foreign reporters and influencers as promoters of South Korea and Korean culture. These K-Voyagers, hailing from every corner of the globe, bring their deep affection for Korea to spotlight K-culture and various aspects of the nation in their native languages. Their mission? To provide up-to-date and accurate information and enhance the promotion of the Republic of Korea worldwide. Now, in its 14th year, the program includes approximately 1,400 reporters from over 90 countries and around 1,300 K-influencers from 97 countries. Today on Within the Frame, we have the opportunity to hear from two of these promoters who share their unique stories about their efforts to foster global understanding and appreciation of Korea. Joining me in the studio is Albert Busutil Martinez, a content creator and K-influencer. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
And joining us from Mansoura, Egypt, is Ala Atef Abada, honorary reporter for Korea Net. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. I am very happy to be interviewed on this channel. It's my favorite channel.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, Albert, let's kick things off with you. So promoters of Korea have begun their activities after receiving certificates of appointment from the Culture Ministry. I actually saw a photo of you taken on the day that you got the certificate, standing next to Culture Minister Yoo In-chon, all smiles, looking good. Could you first elaborate on the primary roles of the selected promoters?
Yeah, normally what they do is they want to promote not only the Hallyu, but also the Korean culture. And that's why they want to spread the Korean culture, what they say, the Hallyu, for all over the world. And that's why they start doing this kind of program. So first of all, I think they started with the honorary reporters. And then after that, it works very well. So they started with the K-influencers. So I've been honored to have that certificate, and it was really a pleasure. I was really nervous that day, I have to say, but it was really interesting. And I think it's a very good opportunity to spread all this Hallyu to the world, because a lot of people just only know about the K-pop or the K-dramas or things like that. But I think to promote Korea in other ways, I think it's a good opportunity. And one of the things that the K-influencers can do is one of the main roles is not only to talk about the Hallyu, but also to talk about the food or the people, or in my case, that it's the history or also politics or other stuff that they are not like mainstream, what they say mainstream. And I think that's a good option to, if you want to promote the Korean culture, I think this is a good program.
Well, we are very grateful for all your efforts, and we're pinning high hopes that all of your contribution, as well as those of 2,600 others, will help better promote Korea to the world and enhance the understanding of the nation. And Ala, what inspired you to become a foreign promoter of Korea? Was there a particular incident that motivated you to promote Korea to the world?
I can say my journey into promoting Korea began at a very young age. Like 20 years ago, when I was 7, I was introduced to Korean culture through the drama Winter Sonata. The show's beautiful portrayal of Korean life and values left a lasting impression on me. Additionally, the drama Jewel in the Palace fostered my love for everything traditional about Korea. I vividly remember keeping a small notebook while watching these dramas, jotting down new Korean words I heard, and telling my friends at school about my desire to learn Korean language, and I will visit Korea when I grow up. So this is early fascination grew over the years, and I became little known in my small community for my admiration for the Korean culture. It wasn't until 2020 when I took more active role by joining the Korea Net Honorary Reporters Program. It was a decision influenced by my long-standing interest in activities of the honorary reporters on Korea Net website since 2014. I've been following Korea Clickers since then. Despite I hesitated for like 6 years due to my demands of my medical studies. Actually, I am a doctor now, but back then I was in my medical college. So I ultimately decided to balance my passion for Korean culture and my academic studies responsibilities in my final year as a medical student, and took the step to apply for the KoreaNet Honorary Reporter. It was a turning point came in 2021 when I won the Best Honorary Reporter Award. It was like being honored in a country that I had long admired, which deepened my commitment to promoting Korea's rich culture more, and the appreciation I received for my effort reinforced my belief that my love for Korea is like reciprocated, or like Korea loves me too. These experiences have inspired me to continue sharing Korea, like the story of my story and Korea's story, the unique culture to the world.
So your affection for Korea that began at the age of 7, on top of your passion for writing, is what led you to join the promotion efforts. And it sounds like a perfect match for you. And as you mentioned, you're a junior doctor, right? I don't know how you managed to get the medical training and find time to promote Korea. It's absolutely amazing. We hope you find it both rewarding and constructive. And Albert, your YouTube channel encompasses a wide range of topics on Korea.
Yeah.
I checked it out. I was actually quite impressed because unlike other channels, it's not limited to just a few particular areas. And so, yeah, it was quite impressive. And it made me wonder, it made me curious as to how do you select the topics that you'd like to talk about?
Okay, so first time I came to Korea in 2010, something like that. So the first time I came to Korea, it was a very interesting thing. It's that what I thought about the Korean culture, it was not the reality of the Korean culture. I mean, when I came to Korea, I thought that everything was perfect, everyone was perfect, everything like that. But when I came here, it was like, no, it's not really like that. There are people that they having their problems, and they have also their own lives, their own history, and that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, so let's do a content that it can be a little bit different than the mainstream. And so that's why I started with the politics, and one of the things that I'm interested in is the politics. And I started with the election of Yoon Suk-yeol, and that's why I think this is one of the most interesting videos that I made it ever, because it was like a lot of preparation. I had a lot of preparation. I had a lot of time to prepare everything. And I think this is a very, very important thing to say, that there's a lot of work behind all the videos. And normally to select my stuff or to select my videos, normally what I do is I take a news, the actual news, and then after that I say, okay, what do I want to show to the people that it's not the mainstream? For example, if there is, for example, the Hwasong, there was a fire in the Hwasong, and everyone was talking about the fire, but no one talked about the before and the after. So it's what happened before, so why is that? And what it's before that, what will happen? So I always thought that with my videos, what I want to show is that it's not the actual point, it's the before point and the after point. If you take the both, then you can have the context. But there are not a lot of YouTube channels that they do that. There are a lot of channels that they just speak about the topic, and that's all. So in my opinion, I think it's better to have a very wide view of everything, and that's why I select the topics like that. Sometimes they are from news, sometimes something that happens to me on the daily life. For example, one day it was the LGTB, also the parade, and I was thinking like, okay, so all the people is talking about the parade, but no one knows how is really actually the LGBT community in Korea. So okay, let's do a video about that. So, but not only with that, only the history too, and then now actually, and then after that, what did we become? So that's why I think a lot of people just focus on the topic that it's on the same time, but in my opinion, I prefer to do the topics that they are like before, after, and the main event. And that's how I select the topics that they're from news or from culture. For example, one person asked me, oh, what's the meaning of jong? And I say, oh, that's a good topic, why not? Not a lot of people knows about the jong. A lot of people knows about the community of Koreans and the family feeling of Koreans, but no one knows about the jong. And sometimes when you ask to some foreigners about the jong, they think, oh, it's just a couple things, and it's no, it can be an object, it can be also a friend, it can be also a person that you just met, and it's something that is more than this. So
all right, let me just stop you right there,
yeah,
because we have a lot more grounds to cover.
Of course.
But I do want to mention two things. First, Your deep understanding of Korean topics on such vast, wide spectrum of issues, ranging from not just K-pop and celebrity gossip, but to hard politics and social problems as well. It's again absolutely amazing. And second, I think you should seriously consider your journalistic career. Perhaps you could become a journalist.
Really?
Your stories are very in-depth.
Oh, thank you very much.
So it's absolutely amazing. Now, Ala, you were named as one of the best honorary reporters of KoreaNet last year, earning the honor for 3 consecutive years since 2021. What types of stories do you primarily cover, and are there any particular stories that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, as honorary reporter for KoreaNet, I focus on stories that celebrate Korea's culture, impact, and global influence. Conducting interviews is particularly enjoyable for me as they provide a unique opportunity to learn about people, their inspiration, and their contribution. This personal insight often inspires me as much as it informs my audience. So I don't adhere to a specific style or type of event. Rather than that, I follow events that I like, the event I interest in, and that things that I like to focus on people experiences and highlighting Korea's rich culture and through their eyes, like what they think about Korea and what they experience. So I am proud to have over 100 articles published on KoreaNet in both Arabic and English now, because, for example, I have many privileges to interview many individuals, a diverse range of individuals who have amazing contribution into Korean culture. For example, I will never forget the first article that made me recognized. Like it was an article with Marmar Halim, the Egyptian designer behind the Oscar-winning dress worn by actress Yeon Yo-jong. And also Farhan Aziz Haq. It was a deputy spokesperson of UN Secretary General. Back then, I discussed BTS visit to the UN. And after that, it was a memorable moment when I met former First Lady Kim Jong-suk. I can't forget when I discussed these 2 articles in front of her, and I got some praising during this meeting. Like they told me I have the most viewed articles on Korea.net among all the articles that was written by honorary reporters, which motivated me more in 2022. So I tried to do more things. For example, I am interested in Korean traditional crafts and Korean folk music. So I interviewed artists like Jean Binai and Akdam Kwanshil, and who actively promote the folk music to the world. And I remember too, I interviewed Egyptian novelist about her book Halio, and the composer for dramas like K-dramas. I wanted to interview Korean actors or foreign actors to know how they came into this industry. And also I remember Batchenko drama. I remember interviewing the cinematographer and the composer the composer of the score of Batchenko. And I like to highlight the Egyptian and Arab contribution in promoting Korea too. Like I want to mention Sofia Al-Khouli. She is a scholar who actually she is a calligrapher. She invented like a new kind of calligraphy that integrates both Arabic and Korean fonts. So, and among my recent articles too, I want to mention that like I have the privilege to interview Hwanji Hayes. She is a green artist who won like 3 times the UK's Chelsea Flower Show. And I also interviewed Ahmed Faiq. Ahmed Faiq is a host of an Egyptian TV show in Egypt. Its name is Logarithm. This Egyptian show is focusing on everything Korean. It was dedicated to the Korean culture. So this experiences not only enrich my understanding to the Korean culture, but also fuel my passion for sharing more about Korea. And like I want to be one of these persons. I want to have some impact like them. So that really fueled my passion for sharing Korea's stories with a global audience.
Well, all of those stories sound very intriguing. We hope we can get as many people, not just in Egypt, but across many other continents as well, to get a chance to appreciate your stories. A message to both of you, because of the time limit, hopefully we can keep our answers more brief from this point on. Now, Albert, one particular episode of your content garnered extra attention, hitting 1.5 million views on YouTube. It's the footage where you mentioned that you were surprised at how Koreans don't even think about touching other people's belongings when they're left unattended. I was actually surprised by the fact that you found it surprising. But anyway, judging from your experiences, what other aspects unique to Korea do you think would captivate foreign viewers' attention?
I think one of the most important things would be the nunchi. What they said, the nunchi is one of the things that it would be really interesting for foreigners, because the nunchi is you need to learn what's the situation in every moment and what to say in every single moment. And it's really hard for foreigners to know that. It's like, I don't know why.
There's no such thing as nunchi in Spain.
No, there is nothing like that. So you go to a place and then you don't need to read the ambience. So you don't need to read the moment. It's something that it's really hard.
It's pretty hard, even for Koreans.
Yeah, it's really hard.
What else? What else?
This is one of the things. And the other thing is that for Koreans, to meet foreigners, it's not as easy as in foreigner countries it happens. So for example, for us in Spain, we like to hug and we like to, how can I say, the body touching, we like a lot. For example, give a kiss or things like that. But in Korea, it's not like that. So it's one of the things that it can be also hard.
Better be cautious about that.
Yeah, that's a big issue also. And the other thing is that for me, one of the things that I like about Korean people is that when you meet really a Korean person, he will do absolutely everything for you. And this is one of the things that I really like that. And it's one of the things that the foreigners really appreciate it. Will appreciate it. They come here and they stay a long time. It's not for 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. They have to spend a long time. Because for Koreans, they have like a space between persons, and then you have to go step by step. You cannot go directly to that. So I think after that, if you go to the main center of a Korean heart, what I say is, how do they say it in Korea? I think they say 마음에 들어요, something like that. And then if you go into the heart, they will be like a family. And this is one of the things that every foreigner will appreciate it. I think so. But it takes time. It's not something that you can do it on the first sight. And I think it's one of the things that foreigners will appreciate it for sure.
It's one of the fun parts about sharing different cultures, isn't it? You know, what's considered normal in one part of the country is considered captivating or surprising in another. Allah, global interest in Korea is on the rise, fueled by the explosive popularity of K-pop and other aspects of Korean culture. Can one easily encounter opportunities to experience Korean culture or K-contents in Egypt?
The internet's power, yeah. The internet has made the world feel like a small city. So in Egypt too, the rising global interest in Korean culture is reflected locally. Although the availability of Korean cultural experiences and content is still developing, you can find K-pop global influence is evident with big, huge fans and fan bases. And in addition to music, Korean dramas and films have gained traction, with many fans turning to streaming services like Netflix and more. This has helped bridge the gap for those interested in exploring Korean storytelling and entertainment of Korea. Moreover, this cultural exchanges are becoming more frequent because of, sorry, I have a strain here. Because of the Korean Cultural Center organizes events such as film festivals and food fairs in major cities like Cairo, offering a glimpse into Korean traditions. And not only Cairo, beyond Cairo, reaching city like my city, Mansoura, like today, while we are talking with each other, there is a caravan in the public library. The Korean Culture Center is holding a caravan here to introduce Korean culture to Mansoura, which is about 5 hours from the capital. So this is demonstrating their commitment to spreading Korean culture across Egypt. And I should mention individual activities by enthusiasts like myself and other K culture communities. they play a significant role. Despite the limited resources, they create engaging and enjoyable, like semi-folk Korean culture experience. As from wearing hanbok to trying Korean food and traditional crafts. And I can notice that there is like increase and notable interest in Korean food. Many individuals are enthusiastic about self-learning and experimenting with Korean cuisine now, which is inspiring. But despite these advancements, the full immersion into Korean culture in Egypt might be still limited compared to regions with a stronger Korean culture presence, like the Arab Gulf or Turkey, for example, in the Middle East. Nevertheless, the growing interest and the increasing availability of K content are promising signs more sustainable and more substantial cultural exchange in the future.
As one of the best honorary reporters of Korea with a deep understanding of the country, how do you assess Korea's current efforts in promoting its culture globally, and what areas do you think could be improved?
I am not biased here, but I actually genuinely admire Korea's approach in promoting its culture and the brand image. Because Korea has like remarkable strides in showcasing its culture globally, extending beyond the success of Hallyu. The Korean wave has significantly enhanced Korea's cultural presence worldwide with a blend of innovative content and strategic global outreach. But what sets Korea apart is not just its modern entertainment industry, but its ability to seamlessly integrate tradition with modernity. Like Korea effectively preserves and honors its cultural roots while embracing contemporary developments, which create like a cultural identity that is very unique in both rich and dynamic. So I really admire Korea approach. And I might also mention that the Korea use of digital platforms and social media, particularly like government initiatives, something like Key Influencer Program and Honorary Reporters Program under the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism. These efforts provide like valuable perspective on Korean culture through the eyes of foreigners, which is very intelligent. However, what I learned from following Korea for a long time is that there is always a room for more, like more fans, more impact, and more opportunities to further the global promotion. So I think there is always a way to improve. So something like Visit Korea Year 2023, 2024, it's a campaign, for example, aims to emphasize elements about knowing more about global Korean culture, like not just the modern, also knowing the traditional Korean culture and introducing something more than K-pop and K-dramas. No, there is hidden gems about Korea too. This is offer more comprehensive view of Korea's rich heritage and increase the collaboration between us, like foreigners, and Korea.
All right, our final questions for you, Albert. What's next for you? What are your future goals and plans as one of the selected Korea promoters?
One of the things that I would like to do is to be like a bridge between the Spanish and Latin American culture and the Korean culture. It's something like, I don't know if you know it, it's Christian Burgos, maybe. He's a Mexican influencer also. Anyway, I would like to do something like that. And this is one of my main objectives, but also I would like to keep improving my YouTube channel to achieve to other persons and to show this other part of Korea that the people doesn't know.
All right, well, our discussion ends here, but our efforts will continue to promote Korea to the world. Thank you so much for making time for us and sharing your special stories.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And many thanks to you as well, Ala, for your perspectives. We wish you good luck in all of your endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Albert and Handaon. Thank you so much for inviting me to this interview.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in same time tomorrow to join our conversation. Goodbye for now.